Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today I'm going to be showing you all how I make spaghetti bolognese in my style. Now you'll notice my style is slightly different to what other people do because I personally like to add in lots of vegetables. As you probably noticed by now, I am a huge fan of veggies, so that's why I've twisted the recipe and made it healthier by adding in some fresh vegetables. This recipe is perfect for this time of year because as the weather gets colder, you want something that will really heat you up, and spaghetti bolognese is perfect as it keeps you nice and warm. If you do not already follow my Instagram, please do check it out and follow me to see more of my content. And of course, by following me on Instagram, you can get to know me better by watching my stories, and you can also see exclusive behind the scenes content. Before we start cooking spaghetti bolognese, let's have a look at what you'll be needing to cook this dish. Firstly, we will be needing an onion, which we can just dice into small pieces. We will also be needing some garlic. We can go ahead and dice these as well. You can dice them finely or thickly depending on how you like them. I personally like to have some large chunks of garlic just to add that extra flavour. I'm also going to go ahead and add in some peppers. I'm going to add in half of a red pepper and half of a green pepper. However, if you do not like peppers, you don't need to add them in. Now to add them in, I'm actually going to dice them into small pieces, and I'm also going to add in some sweet corn. Of course, if you are not a fan of these vegetables, you do not need to add them in. You can go without vegetables, or you can add in any vegetable which you prefer. We'll also be needing some minced meat. You can use any minced meat you want, some spaghetti, some tomato puree, and some tomato passata sauce. The amount of the passata that you add is totally up to your personal preference. I personally like to have my sauce to be really runny, so I'm going to add in more. However, you can add in less. It's really up to you how much you add in. There is no fixed quantity. In terms of the seasonings, I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of red chilli powder, and a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. If you want to, you can also add in other seasonings such as basil or oregano or anything that you want. I actually forgot to add in basil, but I am personally a huge fan of basil as well. I'm going to start off by boiling my spaghetti because by the time the spaghetti is done, the sauce should also be done. And into here, I'm just going to add in a teaspoon of salt. Because I'm cooking for 2 to 3 people today, I'm going to go ahead and add in half of a packet of spaghetti. Let's get started on the sauce now. So firstly, I'm going to go ahead and lightly fry my onions for 1 to 2 minutes on medium heat. Whilst we are cooking our sauce, don't forget to keep an eye on your spaghetti because we do not want it to stick from the bottom, so do give it an occasional stir. Just as our onions start changing colour, we can add in our garlic. Now if you don't like fresh garlic, don't worry, you can always use garlic powder. However, I personally am a huge fan of garlic chunks in my pasta. I'm also going to lightly fry the garlic now for 1 to 2 minutes on medium heat, just until it also starts changing colour. At this point, we can add in our minced meat. Now you can use any type of minced meat you want. For example, you can use beef, or you can use lamb or chicken, or whatever you prefer. I'm going to allow my minced meat to turn brown, and I'm going to fry it on medium heat for 5 minutes before I add in my seasonings. Now that 5 minutes have passed, you can see that my meat is starting to brown. So I'm going to add in my seasonings, and I'm going to give it a good stir just to ensure that all the flavours are in the whole dish. Straight away after adding in the spices, I'm going to add in my vegetables because as you guys probably know by now, I like my veggies in my pasta to be fully cooked. However, if you guys want that crunch factor, you can wait a couple minutes before adding it in. It's totally up to you. You'll notice that adding in the vegetables really does brighten up the dish and make it so much more colourful.
Once
Once my vegetables have cooked for a minute or two on medium heat, I'm going to go ahead and add in my tomato puree. I'm going to go ahead and give my tomato puree a good stir, and then in a couple minutes we can add in our tomato passata. Before I add in my tomato passata, I'm going to allow my vegetables to cook a little bit more because I like my vegetables to be fully cooked, and by adding the passata in, it will bring down the temperature, which will slow down the cooking process. Now that my vegetables have cooked properly, I'm going to add in my tomato passata. Now if you're unaware of what passata is, it's essentially just a tomato paste, so you can add in whichever tomato paste you can find. Of course, you can add in as much passata as you want. I personally prefer my sauce to be runny, so I'm going to add in lots. However, if you prefer your sauce to be not so runny or a little bit on the thicker side, you don't need to add in that much. Our spaghetti is now boiled. I like mine to be quite soft. I do not like to have it al dente or with a bite. However, if you do, you do not need to boil it for as long as I have. Just as our spaghetti has boiled, our sauce is also done and ready to be taken off the heat. So I'm going to go ahead and dish this out. As evident in the video, our spaghetti is looking so delicious. I really hope you guys try this recipe and let me know how you find it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and do let me know in the comment section down below what you would like to see next time. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye!